Present. Mark Sapiti.
Here.
Nate Albert.
Here.
Joe Kubal.
Here.
Mayor Solomon.
Here.
J.B. Malloy.
Here.
Thank you.
And for the record, I did receive a text from Alderman Miserio. He is unable to be here this evening. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to the chairman of the Plan Commission for his roll call.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. And on behalf of the Plan Commission, I welcome all non-Plan Commissioners to the special March 9th Plan Commission meeting. And could we have a roll call for the Plan Commission, Christine?
Bill Thomas.
Here.
Ken Carroll.
Here.
Cheryl Slavoszewski.
Here.
Marty Flynn.
Here.
Gordon Butler. Jeff Peterson. John Stanton.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay. With that, this is the only agenda item that we have this evening is for the comprehensive plan workshop and discussion. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our Economic and Community Development Director, Dan Ritter, for some opening comments. Dan?
Thanks, Mayor. I think almost everybody knows me here, but I'm the Community and Economic Development Director, so I'm really excited. This is just our initial kickoff meeting. I think the first time in this building that we've had the Plan Commission and the City Council together. The goal is just hopefully get some good information here. I'll kick this off. I'm going to pass it over to Council Levine. They'll do a better job introducing themselves and giving you the background than I can, but I'm really excited. I think this is a really good thing for the community to update our plan, give staff some direction, and really involve the community in it. We're going off our own plan, but it's really, we're kind of taking a really good look at it, trying to come up with a new plan. Outfield did our original one 12 years ago now, so this really gives us an opportunity to kind of not have to redo the entire process, but kind of go, okay, what's changed, what good things have happened, what bad things maybe have happened that we need to adapt to. So with that, I'll hand it over to Josh and the Outfield team.
Right, thanks, Dan. Just make sure this thing's on so it's recording. Yep, we're good. Good evening, everyone. My name is Josh Kuntz. I'm with House of Levine. I'm the planning practice lead for House of Levine. And I'm joined here today by Mitch and Nihar, who the three of us will be the core team for this project throughout. So tonight what we have for you is the project kickoff. We're going to do a little bit of introductory stuff, what we're doing as part of the project here overall, and then we're going to spend most of the evening on a listening session, workshop exercise, really to get at some of the things that have changed over the past 12 years since your previous comprehensive plan was adopted. So our agenda, a little bit about what is a comprehensive plan, what is the audit and update approach that we're doing. We're going to go through the project timeline and the planning process that we have here as part of this project. And then, like I said, we're going to spend most of the time on the exercise that we've prepared. We're going to share some of the outreach strategies and tools that we have set up to help this project along. And then we'll take you out with next steps, probably depending on how we get talking here, maybe hour and 15 minutes to hour and 45 minutes, give or take. So thank you all for spending some time with us tonight. I know you're already dedicated to the city in your various roles. So another evening here is very welcome as we update this important document. So first of all, a little bit about the planning process. You'll hear a comprehensive plan discussed in a lot of ways. People call it a roadmap or a blueprint for the next couple of decades. The comprehensive plan does all these things that you see up on the screen. It should be engaging to the community. It'll identify desires, needs, and aspirations. Where do we want to go long term as a city? An assessment of the city's issues and strengths and opportunities. We're going to get into some of that tonight. And it guides a broad range of topics at a policy level. And that's important to note. The comprehensive plan is a policy document. So even in your current document that you have now, you'll see a lot of should statements. The city should do this. The city should consider that. the city should work with this organization or that organization. So it's the should statements, not the shall statements. Your comprehensive plan is at a policy level. When you get into the shall statements, you're usually talking about your zoning code. That's regulatory. That's the local measures that the city can enact for how people use and develop their property. A comprehensive plan is a dynamic document, so it can be updated to reflect trends and events. Just like we're doing now, we're updating your 2014 comprehensive plan. Some states, especially West Coast states, have a very rigid cycle on how they update the comprehensive plan. So you have to update the housing element of your comprehensive plan every couple of years in California and Washington, for example. Illinois is a little more lenient and a little less restrictive than that. And there's the statutes basically boil down to cities and counties should have a comprehensive plan. And then if you get state funding, it does articulate what elements should be in your comprehensive plan if you're getting that state funding. But there's no strict hard and fast cycle for a comprehensive plan and how often it should be updated. Here in Illinois, they take care of that more with carrots than with sticks. If you have an up-to-date comprehensive plan and it's tailored to your community, there's that much more opportunity when you go forth for seeking a grant or another project. And that one of the questions that you'll often first see in those applications is, what does your long-range guiding document say about trails or bikeways or parks and recreation or housing? And if you have an up-to-date comprehensive plan that has the city and the community behind it, you're that much more likely to move the needle on those important projects. So overall, these are all great ways to talk about a comprehensive plan, but what I always tell people how you should think about the comprehensive plan is it's a foundation for decision making. So whether you're an elected appointed official, a city council member, or a plan commissioner like all of you are here, and you're sitting down, you're going to review a development proposal, you're going to consider a variation, you can take out the comprehensive plan, you can look at it and you can see, how does this measure up against our policy guide? And then do we have the zoning to approve it under, for example? It's a foundation for decision making for new business owners. Some fair certainty. If I locate my business here, if I decide to rent this property and put a business, what does the city envision along this corridor? Even for someone purchasing a home, what does the city envision around this neighborhood? Is it going to change? Is it going to stay the same? It's a policy guide, it's a foundation for decision making, and it provides some fair certainty at all different levels of your community. This is a really important document. The comprehensive plan, a part of it is lofty and aspirational. There is a vision statement at the core of the comprehensive plan. So if we're doing this right and we're updating this document right, it's going to continue to share the city's vision. And there's going to be your input and the input that we receive from the community through the questionnaire. That's going to be reflected in that aspirational center of the comprehensive plan. I already mentioned that it's used to evaluate and inform development proposals. And the comprehensive plan is the foundation for the regulatory framework. So, for example, you might talk about different types of residential in different parts of the community. Do you have the zoning regulations to implement those types of residential that you see? Does your zoning code work in lockstep with your comprehensive plan? Do you actually have those designations? So oftentimes after a community updates its comprehensive plan and has some ideas about the types of development it wants to see and says, yeah, as a community we can get behind these things, we want to preserve these areas, we want to develop these areas, this is going to change, this isn't, you have to update your zoning code as a follow-up often to the comprehensive plan. No community is completely an island. A comprehensive plan helps you coordinate both local and regional initiatives. So think about state roads that extend outside of the community, an IDOT route, for example. When they come in and they're going to reconstruct the road or they're going to do a major project, if you have no vision and no guiding language on the books for what you want land use around that corridor to be, or what types of transportation are important to the community, IDOT's going to do the status quo. They're interested in moving people through the community not in what's around their roads. So if you have a comprehensive plan that can help you get a seat at the table with those regional entities, like IDOT, for example. Your comprehensive plan can help support your CIP, your capital improvements planning. The plan has an implementation strategy at the back of it, and that talks about what are the funding sources, how are we going to get this done. We have all these recommendations and policies in this big document. What are the action steps that it's going to take to achieve those recommendations and policies, and how do we break that down year over year? When the city is doing its short-term planning for its budget, the implementation strategy of the comprehensive plan is a tool that you can turn to. You can say, okay, what did we prioritize last year? Is that still relevant and important? Is it something we cross off? Is it ongoing? What are we going to prioritize this year when we spend the public dollar? I already mentioned future studies and grant funding, but it really is true that you go out for a housing grant or a green alleys grant or something like that. Does the comprehensive plan have any toehold language for those grants that can help you move the needle and secure those types of funding? And then lastly, more than ever before, these plans inform and educate not just the decision makers here in this room, but they're community facing. There was a time when a comprehensive plan was a big thick book and a land use map, and it sat on a shelf in the planner's office, and maybe there was a hard copy available in the library, but now these live on the internet. Everybody has access to them, and your current comprehensive plan does as well. When that's the case, you want a document that's written in plain English with maps that you are easy to understand, should statements that are clear, because the public's going to access it, and there's no asset to having it be dense and hard to read and written in legalese and planning jargon or zoning jargon. You want these documents to be easy to open up so that everybody in the room understands the direction that the city is going. I'm too far from my... Oh, there we go. So the audit and update approach. As Dan mentioned, your comprehensive plan 2014 was, it seems like both long ago and not that long ago, but 12 years ago. That's about time for an audit and update. We often say that the planning horizon for a comprehensive plan is about 20 years out. So most of the time we're sort of thinking, what would we want our community to be like in 2046 in this case? But the utility of a comprehensive plan document, when it's based on the available demographic data and the U.S. Census, it's usually good for about 5 to 10, 12 years or so. And then you want to start thinking about, do we need to make some minor tweaks? Is it a wholesale rewrite and update? And in this case, we're going with the audit and update approach. We're going to determine what still works in the document. There's big sections that probably are still applicable to Crest Hill today, but we also want to determine what needs updating. That's a little bit what we're going to talk about tonight. So our focus is going to be on targeted updates to your existing document. We're going to use updated demographic data, staff input, our outreach tools that we have online, this session and the session we had earlier today to help guide this update. What needs to see some attention in the comprehensive plan document? There's probably several key sections that we will update. For example, most of the maps, the demographic areas, the vision, the goals. We'll see if those need to be brought into 2026. And then we'll keep the relevant policies, of course, those ongoing recommendations that Crest Hill can continue to work on and look at areas that may need some change. You all, more than some communities, you have one big one that's changing. The correctional center is closing down. It's going to be closed for a period of time, and a new one is going to come in. So that needs to be reflected in your comprehensive plan. Major employer in a major land area in your community, for example. Too far from this thing. Still working, okay. So yeah, the document itself, you can see even there on the cover, you've got a picture of your old city hall, photo updates, but the layout of the document will still be the same. We'll take a look at some of your recent other updated documents. Your zoning ordinance was just updated earlier this year, so we'll want to make sure that the comprehensive plan is talking to the zoning ordinance as well, and if there's anything relevant that we need to reference there. We have about a 6 to 8 month schedule to do this, and during that 6 to 8 months, we'll do these 3 things. First, what we're doing tonight, establishing where we are today as a community, sort of the good, the bad, the ugly. What do we need to know about Crest Hill as we get into updating this document? Coming out of this tonight, and as we continue to watch the questionnaire that's online and that outreach tool, we will start to define some key updates that we know need to be made to the document based on what we've heard and what we know from the demographic data and things like that. And then lastly, we'll start to actually update the document itself, establish that roadmap, how are we going to get there, and prepare the draft and final plan for review and for the public open house, probably here in this room. So with that said, we're going to spend most of the rest of the evening doing a listening session workshop exercise. We're going to use the post-it pad that's right here and some handouts that Nihar and Mitchell hand out with you. So while these are going around, first of all, I want to just say that do not work ahead on the worksheet. It would be tempting, especially since you all know Crest Hill well, and you're probably going to want to just get writing. But just work on the question that's on the screen. Mitch is going to guide us through the exercise, but while Nihar's handing these out, I thought we'd just quick go around the room and do name, council member or plan commissioner, and how long you've lived in the city, and how long you've been in your role as council member or commissioner. So we'll start with you, Mayor.
Ray Solomon, the mayor, lived in the city of Crest Hill for 68 years. Politics for 33 years.
Yeah.
Bill Thomas, I'm the Plan Commission. We've lived in the city of Crest Hill for 25 years, and I've been on the Plan Commission for, I think, about 5 years.
Good.
Scott
Yes, sir.
Sagan, I'm the councilman. Been living here for a little over 4 years. Been on council on and off a couple of times. I was on the Plan Commission also, total like 32 years in the business.
All right, great.
We're at Jefferson, I've been in Crest Hill for almost 9 years now. Been on the county for 20.
Claudia Gazelle, I started in 2002 selling homes in Crest Hill, so new construction homes.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2005, I moved into one of those homes, so, and I've been on the council since 2007.
Tina Oberlin, virtually a lifelong member, which equates to 68 and a half years now. I've been on the council for 20 so years.
Good.
Mark Sapiti, Alderman. I've lived in the city almost 30 years, and I've been on the council since 2021.
Nate Delbert, lifelong resident, but only 45 years. Been on the city council off and on, but this recent time since 2017.
Joe Kubal, I've been on the council for 7 years, and I've lived in Crest Hill for about 8 years.
Artie Flynn, lived in the city for 28 years, and I'm planning commission for about a year.
Cheryl Sobzewski, I've been on the planning commission for approximately 5 years, and I've lived in Crest Hill for 50 years.
I'm Gerald, and I've lived in Crest Hill for 24 years, 17 years on the planning commission.
John Stanton, and I'm a resident of Crest Hill for 42 years. Planning commission, same time as Ken.
Yeah, we started at the same time.
All right, good. So I think we all just heard there's a lot of experience with Crest Hill in this room. I think not you two may have been the shortest term residents, and you've been here quite a while as well. So this is really great. When we talk about updating your comprehensive plan, we're going to be hearing from people who know the community best, and that really helps when we want to see fingerprints on this document. Probably a lot of you worked on it in 2014 as well. So I'm going to turn this over to Mitch to run us through.
I just want to let you know the mayor's got me beat by 4 days.
Okay, 4 days, there we go.
We're almost 69.
Yeah, we're born the same week, same year, but he's older by 4
That's
days.
a lot of experience in Crest.
We're on the dark side of things.
Still a lot left. This thing started working.
I think it's working. Okay, perfect.
Take it away.
So we'll just get started here. So first thing is stick to the question that we're on. Try not to work ahead. I know you really want to make it through, but you'll see why in a second. Just stick to the question that we're on. It'll be up on the screen. The second thing is we're going to be collecting these at the end. So make sure you write everything down. If you wanted to keep your responses, then feel free to take a picture of the sheet. But we like to have the hard copies as we provide you guys a summary of everything that we're doing. So the first question is identify 5 issues or concerns facing Crest Hill. And that's very broad and vague, but it's kind of meant to get you thinking about what kind of issues that you're facing in Crest Hill. I'll give you a few minutes with that. I think I see most people done here. So what we'll do now is we'll kind of go around the room and we'll just say one of your top 5 issues. I know it'll be tempting to say 2 or 3 or all of them, but just stick to one for now. We'll come back around to say your remaining ones, and if you've said them all, then just say pass. Then we can keep moving along. So why don't we start over here with you, Mr. Mayor?
We need access, additional access to Weber Road from our business park.
Additional access to the business park?
Weber Road from our business park.
Okay, better access to Weber Road from the business park. So I'll try to summarize these up in a short little saying, just so we can get them written down better. So bear with me if we're kind of workshopping some of these. Yeah.
Okay, actually I'll give you one, but it's kind of a two-parter. The first part is the need to fill in the many vacant lot properties that we have with either more residences or businesses.
Okay.
And part 2 to that is, from what I keep seeing, is when we talk about bringing a business in to go into one of these vacant lots, residents surrounding that say, oh no, we wanted to keep that lot empty. So we need to kind of educate and excite residents to want to bring in more businesses, more homes, more revenue.
More development. Yeah. Okay, so the first part of that, fill in vacant lots, develop vacant lots. And second part of that, would that be gain residents' interest?
Excite residents about new developments coming into the city.
Excite residents about new development. Let's do that. Perfect. Move on to you.
Redevelopment of Broadway. Broadway needs some redevelopment, some shot in the arm to get it to look better. You know, it's one of the main roads in the community.
Yeah, just the entirety of Broadway kind of thing? Okay. New development along Broadway? Yeah, you sir.
I put redevelopment of Route 30.
Redevelopment on Route 30. Okay. Redevelopment on Route 30. The next one. Yeah.
Short and long-term vision, you don't have enough vision to invest in our own community.
Okay.
Like,
So having a short and long-term vision?
correct, we don't have a vision, you need to have a vision to know where you're going and start investing in our community. Like,
Yeah.
And we have a lot, sometimes you have to buy your own, you have to buy the land,
Right.
and the zoning about community is not right. We need to work on it.
The zoning?
Our zoning book.
Okay, okay. So part one, short and long-term vision. And then correct the zoning, or update the
I
zoning?
mean, I have a lot of things here about.
Yeah, yeah, we'll come back around, yeah. Let's do update the zoning. Yeah,
Ken and Tyson go hand in hand with the Chicago water coming here and the PFAS in our water. That's a big issue.
the water, yeah. Water from Michigan. Yeah, we've heard a lot about that one. Yeah, you sir.
Looking for ways to increase our tax revenues. New businesses is one thing, and looking at other alternative ways to do that also.
Right, okay, so need to increase tax revenue. Okay, keep moving.
I think this day and age, we need to become more pedestrian friendly. We're just not very pedestrian friendly on our major thoroughfares.
Yeah. Pedestrian friendly or walkable? Okay, yep.
Crest Hill has no central meeting place for all of their residents to celebrate the 4th of July or anything like that.
Okay.
And we had a needs survey that we ran here years ago, and it came out as the #1 need from our residents.
Yeah.
And we have not fulfilled it yet, so hopefully we'll do that one of these days.
Is that anything in particular, like a park, a community center,
I'm
amphitheater?
sorry.
A park, community, or community center, amphitheater?
I'm talking about just an open space where you can, a large group of people can come and maybe listen to music and celebrate a holiday.
Okay, so need for community gathering.
Celebrate any event that the city deems necessary and worthy.
Right. Okay.
Clean up and occupy vacant buildings.
Clean up and occupy vacant buildings, that's a good one. Clean up and occupy vacant buildings. Clean up, yep, and occupy vacant buildings. Yeah,
Keep our police department fully staffed at all times.
right, that's a good one. Police department staffing. Yeah, you sir.
I'd like to see the city with a central downtown areas, like we have in Naperville or in Plainfield.
Yeah, good one. Is there anywhere in particular that you could see that going?
Not really, but I mean,
developed.
Downtown, you have a central area, you have stores, a church,
Yeah,
tavern, you name it.
for sure, as new development comes
It's
in.
in town.
Yeah, exactly. It's a need for a downtown space.
That's one of mine too, Ken.
Okay, we'll keep moving, you sir.
Yeah, the city hall is way out in the hallways, way out in the hallway. And it kind of felt like it's distance from where the community is, so it needs to have some sort of connection.
Okay.
It could be, integrated walks, parks, whatever. There's
Yeah.
usually you have a city hall that's in community, but we're way out there, so
Yeah. So
maybe,
integrating City Hall.
yeah.
Okay, integrating City Hall or the city center. All right, so we've been around once, we'll come back around. If you don't have anything left on your sheet, you can just say pass, that's no problem.
I didn't hear this one, but I think it's very important, is the uncertainty of state-built penitentiary and
Yeah.
working with the state of Illinois and what may or may not happen.
Yeah, for sure. Uncertainty of state bill. You have any left?
Yeah, I have one, and I think I'll piggyback on Claudia. That's, we need to make sure we have a way to keep the water affordable. Once we switch over to Lake Michigan water, it's gonna be a huge burden on an awful lot of people if our water bills triple like the talk is.
Oh, okay, yeah. So need to keep water affordable. Or keep water costs down. Yeah, Lisa.
Someone had mentioned how the parks in it, but we own the property next door. We have plans for that to be a park, so hopefully we can get some more progress going on there.
Right, so the park next door, okay. Need to develop park next door. Does that park have a name for it yet, or just working on it? Okay, more progress.
I'll spell Levine.
There you go. The naming rights up for sale, or?
If we're gonna build a amphitheater, we'll put your name on it.
All right, there you go.
I have a good business model. As a city, we like, and I know Dan is working on that, we talked about it. We're not as business friendly, we get that complaint a lot.
Okay.
We need to find a way to be friendly and to have easy access with like a nice handout book that a business can take it and then
Right.
run with it instead
Yeah.
of like the lack. So we need more, obviously more employees, because the city lacked for a long time from staff.
Okay.
And that helps economic development. You don't have economic development, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, to
progress
build-
with the city. So
build
now
that base.
we're finally filling up everything.
Yeah, so let's start with need to be more business friendly. And does that cover kind of what you're saying, or should we dive a little deeper into that?
Well, business make easier process for the businesses or
Okay.
commercial property.
Okay, well, we'll leave it at that for now. We'll come back to you, Mr. Jefferson. Do you have anything left?
We just need to probably develop a plan to develop more rooftops.
More rooftops, and by that you mean more residential development?
Right.
Okay, need for more rooftops. Yeah.
Well, we are landlocked, so we only have what we have unless we get somebody else to annex in here. So we need to also work on preserving the businesses that we currently have and be reaching out to them, to keep them viable businesses in the city.
Okay, so business retention, keeping those
Absolutely.
businesses that are here? Okay, more business retention. Yeah,
We face a lot of competition from surrounding communities. As it has been said, is that we're landlocked, so we're limited on where we can develop. But I know since Dan's been here, he's made, leaps and bounds in improving our economic development department. But that's been an area that I feel has been lacking in the past, but just being more proactive in attracting new businesses, both businesses and residential, just overall to help the community and the city flourish.
Okay, let's just put that as business attraction then. Attracting new businesses? No, just do attracting new businesses. Yeah.
Well, we talked about it earlier on regarding specific locations that need to be, addressed as far as,
Also, there must be some.
the address as far as,
Is that me?
we talked about Broadway, we talked about Route 30, but we also have, residential areas that are starting to look, tired, and we need to address that, as some of these homes are getting to be 60, 70, 80 years old.
Okay, so updating old homes or property maintenance?
Yeah.
Okay, and property maintenance? Yeah, you have any left?
I'm pretty well covered up there.
You're covered up? Perfect.
Same.
Yeah,
I think we have too many rental properties.
Okay.
On a block next to me, we have like 30% of the homes are rentals.
right.
And I like to see something in place where only a certain percentage of rentals per block, and it can be none.
Okay, so restricting rentals, let's say,
Exactly.
rental restrictions?
I like to see Crest Hill as a city of destination, something which would attract people to Crest Hill. And then when they're here, then they will be able to shop in our areas and take advantage of what else the city has to offer.
Right, right. Okay, city of destinations, you said?
City of destination.
I like that. Let's put that down, city of destinations. Okay,
I'd like to see two major highways, Weberlow, turn into a boulevard.
okay.
It would give us a little identity, and maybe put some turnabouts in there to slow down that move there.
Okay, yeah, so Broadway and Route 30 boulevards?
Then you said Weber too.
Oh, right, sorry, Weber, yeah, Broadway and Weber boulevards. Oh, and Route 30 too. Add it in there at the end or something. Sure. Yeah. Okay. We'll go around one more time. You're all out?
So I had,
Yeah.
my strongest pet peeve is that I would like to see, and let's say the north half of Crest Hill where the most vacant lots are, that as we develop vacant lots, we incorporate a pathway system. Our grandkids are grown up and they live on the southwest side of Naperville. And with their electric scooters, they can go anywhere in the city at Naperville, which is huge area, on pathways. And I would love to be able to go from our subdivision in Caroline Lakes on a pathway to get to the library.
Yeah.
Particularly if that pathway was big enough to have golf carts. Which we have a lot of golf carts.
There's an idea.
And we'd like to start riding them into the city.
Yeah, okay, so connected pathways?
Connected pathways, as part of the development of all these vacant lots, set aside an area
Yeah,
where a pathway could be included.
right, having a kind of a policy or regulation that can enforce that, yeah. Anything left?
Yeah. Our community doesn't have, like the communities surrounding us, they have access to interstates. We don't have that, so you have to, when you get off an interstate, you gotta go through their community to get to ours. So we need to find some way, kind of goes off of that city of destinations, how to get them past the other communities to us.
Right, so attracting new residents, should we
Not
say?
just residents, but just so people come here, you know,
Right.
make it to us, you know, instead of you get off of 55, they can get off of 55, go into Romeoville, go into Plainfield, you know, I-80, you can get off and go into
Yeah,
Joliet, you can get off of 355 into Lockport, so all the communities around us have interstate access. We lack that.
okay, so, how would we put that in a few words? Having a reason to stop in the community?
Destination?
Having a destination?
It's part of the destination thing, but
Okay,
one thing we
reason
lack.
to stop in the community, or a destination?
I think to piggyback on what Scott's saying is we need improved access to the expressways. We don't have a really good access to get to any, we gotta go through
Okay.
a lot of traffic, and
Yeah,
so we need a deep tunnel.
improved access? All out? You have any more?
Beautification, our city needs
Mhm.
big beautification.
Yeah,
You go to Romeoville, you see it clean with trees and the islands, and we need to work on more cleaning the city and trying to invest,
yeah,
like Nate said about residential. I'm looking at business, commercial, because the facade, like everything that they have is so old, like the city looks so old.
yeah, so
And you
just,
need to upgrade it,
Yeah.
do something more nice, better lighting, better everything.
yeah, for sure, yeah, need for
So
beautification.
it can be welcoming.
Yeah, exactly, that, making that sense of place for people, the quality of life. Yeah,
Well, I've spoken about this in meetings and talked about it before. Not only is Route 30 kind of a roller coaster ride because of the pavement, but it's so dark, there is no lighting there. And
Okay.
I've said this over and over again, there are more and more people walking on that road at night, and you don't even see them. I mean, they're walking right down the middle in the turn lane, and then you go to turn, and there they are.
Yep.
So that's always been an issue, and it really needs to get addressed because that road is getting busier daily.
okay, so street lighting on Route 30? Yeah, do you have any left? You're all good?
I think it's really important that we do whatever we can to retain and improve the Hillcrest Shopping Center. It's basically a city's, revenue source that is often very occupied, and it just looks tired and could use some help. And I think if, an investment is made, private, public, between that, then the properties immediately across the street will improve as well.
Yeah, okay, so need to improve Hillcrest Shopping Center. You could shorten that up if you want.
And it's a good thing you got the guy with the real nice handwriting doing all that stuff.
Yeah, we put him to work, yeah. Okay? I'm good. You're good? Still good? Good, good? Any more?
A large art piece.
That Hillcrest probably could be our downtown space,
Okay, yeah, let's do big public art. Just shorten it right out. Big public art,
A sculpture or whatever.
yeah?
Anything on an art list.
Okay, last call? Okay, so we got a full list of about 33 items here. So these are just kind of some of our key findings of issues and concerns in the community. So what we'll do now is we'll move on to question 2, which is of this list, and feel free to get up and walk around and see them if you don't remember them, but in list of in order of importance, the 3 most important issues as we discussed so far. So for question 2 here, you can just put down 3 different numbers. So it might be 4, 11, and 22. So you can just put those down here. But of the items we've listed so far, what are your top 3 most important issues? And if you can't see them, you can feel free to walk up to them too. Okay, so as you're kind of thinking about your third and final one here, so what we're going to do is I'll read them out one by one, and if you have that item in your top three, then just put your hand up, and from there we'll get a good tally on kind of some of the key priorities, and we'll start to see some key themes. And you'll notice that some of them might tie together a bit, and they might kind of relate, but just do your best to stick to one or the other, and we'll get to it, and you'll see how it all kind of makes a little bit more sense. So if you have number one in your top three, which is better access to Weaver Road from Business Park, just put your hand up. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Number
1 and 2, they kind of tie together.
Yeah, exactly. So number 2 is develop vacant lots. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. Number 3 is excite residents about new development. 0. Number 4, new development along Broadway. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Number 5 is redevelopment of Route 30. 1, 2, 2. Number 6 is short and long-term vision. 1, 2. 7, update the zoning. 0. Number 8 is getting water from Lake Michigan. 1, 2, 2.
Oh, wait, that, I get that.
Oh, there we go, 3. There's that.
The numbers.
Number 9 is need to increase tax revenue. 1, 2, 3, 3. Number 10 is pedestrian friendly, more walkability.
I mean, I think that one ties with 14 is the other one, right? No, I'm sorry, 27. I mean, we talk about connected pathways, pedestrian, I think that all ties together.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so 3 for that one there. 3, 1, 2, 3. 11 is need for a community gathering space. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Number 12 is clean up and occupy vacant buildings. 1, 2, 2. Number 13 is police department staffing. 0. 14 is need for a downtown space. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 15 is integrating City Hall better with the community. 0. 16 is the uncertainty of the Stateville Penitentiary. 1, 2, 2. 17 is keeping the water costs down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 18 is need to develop a park next door. 0. Number 19 is need to be more business friendly. 0. 20 is need for more rooftops, more residential development. 1, 2, 2. 21 is business retention, keeping those businesses that are here. 1. Then 22 is attracting new businesses and new investment. 0. 23 is property maintenance. No, nothing. 0. 24 is restricting rentals and limiting them. 1. Got 1. 25 is having a city of destinations, and I know that ties into a lot of these other ones too, but 1. 26 is Broadway, Weber, and Route 30 into boulevards. 1. 27 is connected pathways.
Yeah, again, they're all.
Yeah, okay, let's do 1 for that one. 28 is reason to stop in the community or having the destinations. Okay, 0. 29 is improved access from the highways, 0. 30 is need for beautification. Okay, 0. 31 is street lighting on Route 30 specifically. 0. 32 is need to improve the Crest Shopping Center. 0. And then 33 is having big public art or public art sculpture. Okay,
I mean,
0.
a lot of these, they tie together, so.
Yeah, exactly. So now that we have some numbers here, Nihar, what are some top ones here, or top issues? So keeping water costs down, need for a downtown space, need for a gathering space, need for a new development along Broadway. So this definitely isn't an exhaustive list of all the issues, but it helps to maybe start to identify some key themes and issues and concerns in the community. And as some of those things tie together, there's some of the key priorities that the comprehensive plan can begin to address at least focus on as we work through the community outreach portion. So with that list of concerns, we'll move on to question number 3, which is identify 3 specific projects or actions that you would like to see undertaken that could possibly impact the community. So some things might solve these issues. Maybe it's a traffic study, maybe it's a public art sculpture. What are some of those specific projects or actions that you can see undertaken to positively impact the city?
Can you be more specific with your question? Is stuff that we're working on right now, or just something that we would like to see in the future?
Yeah, that you'd like to see in the future. As you look 20 years down the line, what do you see Crest Hill looking like, and how are we going to get there? That could be transportation study, it could be connected pathways as development comes along in the next 20 years. What are some specific projects or actions? Okay, just to keep things moving here, we'll keep going, but we'll just do this one kind of popcorn style. If you have any projects or actions in mind, just put your hand up or shout them out. Yeah.
States with property.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that develop. I'd like to see us working with
The state?
our legislators,
Yeah.
yes, and to push for it, be more proactive.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to see us have a real plan for a central gathering place, which would be a multi-use downtown area that's pedestrian friendly, and we'd have to think outside the box, because there's probably going to be residential and business all, intertwined.
Yeah.
But I think we we should find a plot of land and just focus in on that specifically.
Yeah, that's a good one. As you think 20 years down the line, you really need to start planning for stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, tying in a little bit to that, I think the whole city needs to be more pedestrian friendly and other vehicles. You know, he spoke about golf carts. We need to evaluate all that and find a solution. You see the kids on the electric scooters and things now to make things safer, because right now as it stands, it's all kind of a free-for-all.
Right, right. Yeah, for sure, safety.
I put that as my number 2, parks.
Perfect, yeah. And make sure you write these things down. We will be collecting those sheets. Any others? Yeah?
Development of parks and access to the parks. Parks, not the city and the library.
Yeah.
Have some sort of access. Trolley, it could be anywhere.
Improved access to parks. Yeah, good one, yeah.
I have decreased truck traffic on major roads throughout the city, and also more economic development, especially restaurants and a major grocery store.
Right. Do you have any ideas of how to reduce that truck traffic?
Truck traffic?
Yeah.
All right, do a traffic study and come up with
Some kind of.
I have what you just said right here.
Yeah.
One.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe some dedicated truck routes or redirection of traffic.
You have to give a take on the truck.
For sure. You definitely do. Yeah. Yeah. Any others?
The development of the north and south properties and the welfare division, the lot and this big
Big vacant lots. Yeah. Yeah. Any others? Any specific projects, actions? Yes?
The development of a entertainment or sports or conference center. In addition to that, a hotel nearby for accommodations for out-of-town guests. And I think that would promote and spur other development like restaurants and shopping for people coming to that facility.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely those multi-day sports tournaments. Okay. Any others that come to mind?
Some development right around City Hall here, we got the library right here, we have City Hall, but need something more here.
Yeah. Is there anything that comes to mind?
Housing, whether it's businesses, but need something more
to really anchor it and bring it together and integrate it. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's a good list of projects and actions. If we wanted to move along here to the next question, we'll kind of shift our mindset to focusing on what are some of the strengths and assets of Crest Hill. I know we focused a lot on the concerns and issues, but what are some of the strengths and assets that the comprehensive plan can kind of begin to leverage and look into? Yeah.
Well, I think we still have a lot of that small town essence here, which is good and bad. I mean, I think it can be good, but it can also be bad because sometimes people don't want to accept change. So you need to use it for its good portions and then kind of reduce the negative aspect of it, because that, you know, a lot of people know a lot of people in the town. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It's a small town.
It's a small town, yeah, and that's definitely a good thing. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think the strength and assets of Crest Hill are the people who live here.
Definitely, yeah, the community itself, the residents, yeah.
And we have, as much as we don't know what the future holds, we have low water rates right now. We have low taxes compared to our surrounding communities.
Yeah, for sure.
I think one of our strengths is just our location. You know, we're, smack dab in the middle of Plainfield, Romeoville, Lockport, and Joliet. Those are thriving communities, and so, people can get here pretty easily. You just have to have a reason for them to come here.
Right, the city of destinations, yeah.
Right.
For sure.
We have a low property tax rate, we have a low sales tax rate, and we do some property tax rebate checks.
There you go, yeah, that's good, yeah.
Well, our slogan says city of neighbors, so it pretty much ties with Cheryl's.
The community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the people of Crest.
Yeah, yeah. Make sure you're writing these down for the last bit there. We will be collecting the sheets. But any final ones that come to mind? Yeah?
Yeah, I wrote down something that Joe was talking about. I mean, our location, we have probably the lowest cost living here, but we're surrounded by these more expensive, so we could live here and take advantage of all the things that these expensive communities have to offer.
Yeah, for sure. The proximity, yeah.
We have two historic roads down here. We have Lincoln Highway, Route 30, and also Route 66, which is Broadway.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So I think an asset here is city's financial stability.
Right, as a city?
As a
Yeah,
city.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Sorry, you have
No,
one?
I was just going to say, we also, in our city, have our Ladace Memorial Park that is located in our city, which is quite a, it's the only one.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yes, so that's just some of the strengths and assets that we can the comprehensive plan can begin to kind of leverage and build off of looking forward as we look in the next 20 years. So yeah, that's our workshop exercise. That's the listening session. So nobody knows the community better than you guys. So thank you all for your time. Let me just wrap things up with a couple of outreach strategies here. It works. So this is the public engagement. We have a project website that's live. The online community survey. Those are perfect for people that couldn't be here or wanted to get involved. You can always direct them to this. I know it's linked on the project or on the city's website as well. Dan's connected them somehow. I'm not sure how, but that's good.
Really quick,
Yeah.
It's www.cityofcrestville.com/comp-plan, so comprehensive plan, comp-plan is short for that. So that'll get you directly to the website, because I think it's a little easier. Also, we plan on doing some PR, social media posts, so anybody that wants to share anything, if you could share our posts, that's actually ideal rather than trying to make your own. Those will be coming out, so all of you, not all of you, but a lot of you are active with your Facebook pages and all their social media and stuff.
Did you shoot the address out? You want more time?
So it's www.cityofcrestville.com/comp, COMP, plan. And so, like I said, we'll do a press release and kind of some formal Facebook posts so we can push out both the website and then the survey as well.
Yeah, and we'll be looking at all those survey results and we'll be compiling a summary of all those too, and that'll all be incorporated into the comp plan as well. And here's...
So Mitch, will you be taking some of the 2014 stuff and kind of just putting it all together with this? I mean, that's a 113-page document, it looks like, so.
Yeah, we'll be going through every word of it and updating it for today and making it apply to Crest Hill as it is today and looking forward to the next 20 years. But that we'll start with that kind of as a starting point to build off of. But we'll be updating it in its entirety. Yeah. And this isn't working. Okay. Technical difficulties, but that's the end of it. So we do have the online survey is also available, and then we'll gather all of your outreach and we'll put it together in a draft document, and that'll be available for the public to then comment on at a community open house. So make sure you stay involved throughout. Oh yeah, and out of all of this outreach, we'll prepare an outreach summary. So you'll be able to see your own comments without your names obviously attached to it.
Are we supposed to have our names on these, or?
You don't need to on those. Yeah, no.
Community survey, are you going to go about what was discussed here?
Yes.
Questions?
Yeah. So the community survey touches on all different points: housing, commercial, transportation, parks, and open space. They're structured a little bit differently, but generally we get similar type feedback, trying to identify some of the issues and concerns that residents are having. And it's just structured a little bit differently in an online format.
Should they take that, or is it really more for?
I mean, for sure, if you're a resident of Crest Hill, you can certainly take that. This was geared more towards everybody as counselors and commissioners. But you can certainly take that just as a resident. So what are some of the issues that you guys are seeing as well? And anybody that wants to get involved, you can always point them there as well. So with that being said, that's it for tonight. Thank you all for coming. This is the City of Crest Hill's comprehensive plan, not a Hills of Levine comprehensive plan. We don't have any stake in it, so we really want to cater and make it your own document. So thank you all for another evening, and we'll be in touch. Thanks.
Okay, we're not done here yet, though, but thanks, Mitch and Josh, Green, for your help tonight. The only other thing is public comment. Anyone that would like to address City Council, please step to the podium, Linda. Say your name for the record. Address is optional.
Linda Dyke, 1700 Kelly. I think beautification is a large problem. I was coming down Plainfield Road today, Route 30, and right after Tina's subdivision, if you look to the right, it's disgusting. There's so much trash there, it's embarrassing. We need somebody in Ward 1 that goes all the way to the apartments that strictly works daily on code enforcement. I will be addressing council real soon. I've got over 70 violations, and that's just on 5 of the streets. If you're looking for a property and you go into that side of town, that's where I live. I'm the baby of the group. The mayor, Tina, and me, we all grew up same year. The mayor got out of there. I'm still there with my husband. And you try to fix up your property, but then you take a ride. If you're out tonight, go down Kelly, 1721. Look at the yard. Disgusting. But that's a big problem here, is the beautification. And all the streets in that area, we need help out there. Homeless, I won't go into the other details, but and Broadway is the gateway to the community. You come down Broadway, it's getting better, I will say. It looks a little bit better. But when you come down that way, what do we have to offer down there? Nothing. That's all I have. I have more, but I won't.
Anybody else? Public comment? All right, let the record show that no one else has approached the podium. With that being said, with no further business before us, thanks to the Plan Commission for joining us this evening for an informative night. Some things we need to work on and some good things that we already have in place. So it's just the start of the process, so we'll look forward to the next step. And with that, the meeting will be adjourned at 8:12 p.m. Thank you and good evening.